on guys, my name is Shane and welcome to my February favorites. I don't usually do favorites every single month simply because I don't have new favorites every single month and I don't want to be showing you the same products over and over, but once in a while I'll accumulate quite a bit of new favorites and want to share them with you. So February happens to be one of those months. I have a lot to get through, so let's get right into this. I have mostly beauty products and then a couple of non-beauty products, but I'm sort of all over the place, so I guess I'll start with makeup and then I'll do hair and then I'll do like skin and body care and then miscellaneous. Sound good? Okay, so where do I even begin? So I guess I'll start with this. So this has been a favorite this month, and this is my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I've actually had this palette for quite a while now, and I did a couple of videos using this palette and showing you a couple different makeup looks that you could get with it. But after I was done with that video, I kind of put it away because I had my Naked palettes that I was more so leaning on. But recently I picked it up again and I'm actually really liking it. The color that I've been using most is Nudie, which is kind of this ashy brown, and I've been loving that in my crease. I actually did it today. I just filmed a get ready with me, so you'll probably see that color come up. Truck, you're disturbing my video. You'll probably see that color come up in a very close upcoming video. So I've been really leaning toward this palette almost every day. I've been using it. The next thing is actually quite a new favorite. I showed this was in a vlog slash haul, but is the NYX Contour Palette. Now, when I first picked this palette up, I actually thought it was a cream contour kit, and that's what drove me to it the most. But it is powder, but I wasn't completely disappointed because it's almost a satiny powder, so it's not like super powdery. It goes on extremely pigmented. I'm actually wearing it today as my contour. It's really beautiful, and I don't know, I just really love this color. They have a couple of highlighting colors, a banana color, almost a flesh tone color, which I actually use to conceal my under eyes. I use that to conceal my under eyes, or like set my under eye concealer, and that was a mistake. That's a highlighting color. You want to use this one or this one if you're fair skinned. But what I really liked about this palette, which I thought was really unique, is these actually pop right out. So if you wanted to depot these, I don't know if you can like buy these separately and then add them to the kit. So like if I don't use certain colors, like I will never use, you know what I mean? Like I'm super light. So I don't know if you can just like pop those out and then replace them with your shade of colors. I'm not really sure. Or like if you just have a Z palette and you kind of want to keep everything together. Now I personally just keep them in these palettes because I actually sort of like this palette. I just think that the packaging is really slick and pretty compact. Like it's pretty thin, so I just kind of slide it into a corner in my desk and it kind of disappears. So I've been really liking this palette a lot. So recently I had started this obsession with MAC pigments. I had never really tried a ton of MAC products. I think the first MAC product I ever tried was their foundation, but I never really tried their eye products just because they were always a little bit pricey for me and stuff. But I started venturing into some pigments and I have not been disappointed. Now this first one, which is called Naked, is actually quite a popular color, and I dropped it, so there's a lot of product missing, but I use this almost every day. I actually use this on my lid on top of a base color that I'll also actually be showing you, but this is beautiful. I reach for this a lot, but I also have Old Gold, which is a greenish gold. It is gorgeous, and then I have this copper sparkle color, which is exactly what it is. It's pretty much a penny in a bottle, and it's also very, very beautiful. It's just a little bit more on the orangey side than the copper side, so if I'm going for like an orange look, I always reach for this. And now I have a couple of samples that I had picked up. I have Vanilla, which is another beautiful color. I use this a lot from my inner tear duct. It kind of just makes it pop a little bit more. I also have Tan, which is just basically a darker, more brown version of this. And then I also have this color, which does not have a name. They didn't put a label on it, but it's a green emerald color, which is beautiful, and I'm using this for a St. Patty's Day look next month. So I've been absolutely obsessing over those pigments, and I want them all. So the base that I was talking about that I use all over my lid, this is an old favorite. This marks back to high school. I used to use this all the time, and then I stopped reaching for it, and now I'm reaching for it again. But I put this all over my eyelid, and it's the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color Bad to the Bronze. It's a beautiful cream shadow almost, and it's a beautiful copper color. It's like my favorite shade of copper. It's gorgeous, and again, I put it all over my lid, and then I go on top of it with this naked color, and I really love this combination. Now this is also an old favorite, which is High Beam from Benefit. Now when I first bought it, I fell in love with it. I was like, this is beautiful. I was swatching it on my hand, but it was a little bit intimidating. I'm a little bit intimidated by liquid highlighters just because I feel like you can accidentally use too much, and the applicator is a little tiny bit awkward because it's almost like a paintbrush, and you're like, okay, like, do I paint it on? Like, what's the best technique to use? So it does take, I think, a little bit of practice to get used to using this product and to know how much to use to get a beautiful glow, but I have it on today, and I just think it is gorgeous. I am hooked on it once again, so this quickly earned its spot in my favorites this month. Now, I actually, you know what, let's keep going on the eye subject matter because I only have one eye product left, but this is from NYX. I don't know like how long these have been out. These just came out in the Ulta near me, but they're the NYX Glitter Brilliance. They're a face and body loose glitter. I haven't used it for my body, but I tested it for my St. Patty's Day look, and it's really beautiful. The only thing that I can complain about, once again from NYX, is their packaging. Just not a huge fan. It has 3 little holes, and what I normally do is pour it into the cap, but I explained this frustration when, I think in a vlog not long ago, but I pour it into the cap, but then when I'm done, I pour it back in here, and then it just creates a mess. Like, I'm just not a fan of the packaging, but the glitter itself is gorgeous, and I do want to pick up more colors. So that was eyes. So I'm going to quickly show you an eye brush, and I don't think I've ever shown a makeup brush on a favorite. Maybe I have, but not for a really long time. But this is actually just an e.l.f. brush. So it's extremely inexpensive. You can get this at pretty much any drugstore. I think it was $3, but I'm in love with it. It's a blending brush, but it's a little bit flat when you turn it on its side, and then it's wide when you turn it again, but it's super fluffy, and I've used it several times, and it's really holding up. Now, I do believe you get what you paid for, so I'm not expecting this to last forever, but I'm loving it, and I kind of want to repurchase it if it does break, because I love it. I love the way that it blends my eyeshadows. It's so easy, it's so quick, the brush is so big, so it's just like boom, 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 I'm done, and I'm flawless. Okay, so for makeup, I only have, oh goodness, I almost totally skipped out on this. I'm sorry, we're going back into eyeshadows a little bit, but this is the Blushed Nudes palette from Maybelline. Now this is also quite a new favorite. I bought it in early February, I believe, but this is what it looks like. Now, the reason that I had gotten this palette is because I had been eyeballing the Naked 3 palette for quite a while, and I'm like, to be honest, I don't really want to dish out $50 on one palette right now. Like, I'm trying to get, you know, like these glitters and, you know, these pigments. Like, I can get a couple of them for $50, where with $50 I can only get one nude palette. So I saw this when I went to Target a couple weeks ago, and I was curious about it. I had seen it before, I passed it a million times, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go get it. It's only $10, so I'm not breaking the bank. A couple of you guys actually have this palette, including the other Nudes palette from Maybelline. I have the original Nudes palette from Maybelline, and now I have this one, but I actually really like it. When I first swatched... Are you joking? You're in my favorites and you're gonna pop out? Okay, so this color is okay. Well, that's the last time you'll be in my favorites. No, I'm kidding, but I mean, just the adhesive had worn off, but I guess you can pop these out too if you really want to. But what I was saying is that when I first swatched it, I was a little skeptical about this palette because it kind of seemed a little bit chalky on my fingertips, but I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna, you know, give it a bad reputation until I actually use it, but putting it on your eyes is actually very, very beautiful. I only used several colors. I used these two colors here, this highlighting color here, and then this darker plummy pinky purple color here. So I haven't really ventured into more so the nude shades, which actually is kind of funny to me. But I do love this palette. So if you have $10 and want a naked 3 kind of doopy, I say that very loosely, dupe, then you can pick this one up, and I really like it. So I only have 2 lip products this month, and they're the NABI matte lipsticks, and they're weird colors. Now, the reason that these were in my favorites is I just kept eyeballing them, and I'm like, I'm probably never gonna find an opportunity to actually... Oh my god, why is everything breaking on me? What the hell? This has not happened. Are you serious? What the hell? The second I sit down for... This is like totally broken. What the hell? Anyways, again, another favorites that broke on me. Oh man. I'm like, I'm never gonna find like an opportunity to just like go to the grocery market and wear this color, but I have found a use for it in makeup tutorials, and I love it. The pigmentation's beautiful. Oh, the color that I chose was matte teal. I did a whole video on these, so I'm sure some of you have seen these before, but that's what that looks like, and they're so pigmented. I was so nervous about getting these lipsticks on Amazon, especially these kinds of colors, because they're very, very, very cheap lipsticks. Like, I got maybe 8 of them for $10, so I didn't expect the pigmentation to be as beautiful as they are, but I also picked up this matte baby blue color as well, because these were 2 of the crazy colors that stood out to me the most and were just like gorgeously pigmented, and I'm like, oh my god, that is just amazing. So these 2 made their way into my favorites, although one of them just broke. What is up with everything breaking? Now, you guys have not seen me wear this yet, but I have tried it several times on my face just to kind of get an idea of the color and to see what eyeshadows would go with it. But I've heard so much about this blush, this baked blush from Milani. This is in the color number 5, Luminoso, and first of all, I like the packaging. I like the gold packaging, but this is what the shadow looks like. So it's more so like a peachy color, so that's why you haven't really seen me wear it on like any other video, because it still is winter. So I definitely think that this is a spring and summer appropriate color when you're going more for like the coral colors on your face. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful peach color, and it has a little bit of like a shine to it, so I think it's gonna bring a little bit of highlight to your face as well as some color. Whew, okay, we made it through the actual makeup products, so now we're gonna move on to hair care. Now, I've been obsessing with hair care recently. I've been trying to grow out my hair. Today I'm wearing extensions, but my real hair is I think that's my real hair. So it's quite short. So I've been trying to grow out my hair, and I've been trying to find products to help protect my hair on days that, you know, I do want to style it. But some of you guys actually have been noticing a difference in my hair, so thank you very much for that. So have I, and I'll show you some of the products that I've been loving. So the first product, and I think the most expensive, oh no, I lied. One of the most expensive products I'm going to show you today is the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. This was $30. I got this specifically from a salon. I saw this also at a Shaw's and it was $40, so you can get it for $30. So if you only see it for $40, I promise you can get it for $30. But this does 10 things instantly. It repairs dry, damaged hair, adds shine, detangles, controls frizz, seals and protects hair color, prevents split ends, stops hair breakage, creates silkiness, enhances natural body, and I can't read number 10 because the price tag is over it. But I actually, again, this used to be an old favorite. I used to use it all the time in high school, but just got a little pricey for me to keep repurchasing it. But I decided to bite the bullet and just get the big bottle. They have smaller bottles for like $15, so if you don't want to spend the full $30, you can get a smaller bottle. But I have been noticing such a difference in my hair, and I don't know if it's specifically for this, but I know this has been helping. It's just been making my hair smooth and not as many frizzes, and I just feel like overall a healthier appearance. A couple of the other products that I've been using to help my hair is very naturally wavy and frizzy, so usually out of the shower I will get out and I'll put this also in my hair, which is my Frieda Frizz Ease. This is a 6 effects serum. It eliminates frizz, humidity protection, heat protection, smooths, hydrates, and tames. Apply to wet hair. So I use about a pump and a half. Like, I'll split my hair down the middle. I'll use about a pump and a half on one side, a pump and a half on the other side, and then sort of brush it through. And again, I've been noticing that this is really, really helping tame my hair. I also struggle with split ends, and I am not one to go get my hair cut. I've never been a big fan of salons, not because, you know, they don't cut my hair right or whatever it is, but I have really dry scalp, like a really dry scalp, and it's really embarrassing to go get my hair cut because every single time I've gotten my hair cut, they're like, oh, what shampoo do you use? And I know they're like being like, your hair is really goddamn dry, like what the hell are you doing to your hair, basically. Like, it's very judgmental. I'm just very insecure about it, so I do not like going to get my hair cut. So I'm like, no way am I going to get my split ends chopped off, so I need another solution. And I don't feel like if you have like awful split ends this is gonna help, but I feel like it might help at least a little bit. But this is the Tresemme Split End Remedy. Again, I use about, I want to say 2 pumps altogether on my entire hair. So I usually start, if I'm wearing my extensions when I'm washing my hair, I start up here just because like this is where my real hair ends. So I just apply it to the very like bottom half of my hair, and I feel like it's done a lot. I feel like I've noticed a difference. Maybe I'm crazy and maybe I'm just hopeful that this is working, but I've noticed a difference, and I've noticed a lot of my split ends are gone or just haven't been repaired. My leg is falling asleep. Wake up, wake up. Oh, ooh, okay, don't wake up, don't wake up, don't wake up. Ow. Ow. Ooh, that is the worst feeling in the world. Okay, the last 2 products that I'm going to show that were hair products. The first one is from Aussie. It's a hair insurance heat protectant spray. Heat protecting shine spray. I've been really liking this. Again, I'm doing everything that I can to protect my hair when I style it. So if I am to straighten it, I douse my hair in heat protectant and then comb it through, and then I go in with a heat tool, whatever I'm using that day after this has dried. And I'm noticing that I feel like my hair is being a little more protected with this stuff, that I'm not getting split ends as often, but at the same time I'm like, it's really hard to pinpoint exactly what product is doing what because I'm using so many products, but I just feel like the combination of all of these is really protecting my hair. But just for a little added protection, I always use just a plain old heat spray. Now this has nothing to do with like helping my hair grow or protecting my hair. But this again is from Aussie. This is the Awesome Volume Hairspray Finish, maximum hold. It has 3 out of the 4 dots. I really love this stuff. The only time that I use hairspray is when I'm teasing. Like today I tease my hair and then I use some hairspray. So I'm like, the only time that I use hairspray is when I want volume. So why not get a volumizing hairspray? I love this stuff. It holds my hair in place. It holds the tease up. I've had a lot of hairsprays that I'll spray my hair and then tease it and it will be voluminous for a while, but then it'll start falling. This does not let that happen. This will keep your hair high into the sky, closer to Jesus. I don't know why I said that.